last year I sold one of my businesses for 7 figures, had a nice exit, and since then I've been looking at other businesses, and my wife and kids want to move where we live to another town, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts around that process. Now, the biggest one being is that what I was doing was forcing myself to find or create a business in the place that we wanted to live. And what I should have been doing is reverse engineering. I should have been finding a business somewhere. It doesn't have to be in the place that we want to live. And from then creating an income to pay for the lifestyle that I can provide for my wife and kids. That's what I should have been doing. And what I've been doing, I was such a rut of thinking that I had to settle for a business that I didn't want to do. And it's actually had put me in a bit of a lull, to be honest, about thinking that I don't want to be doing those type of businesses. And by having that decision, I actually made no decision, and that caused frustration in the home and caused other frustrations about what we want to do long term. We ended up making no decisions. And I just want to share that with you, that just when you're in business, you don't actually have to have a business in the place that you live. You can have a business elsewhere. And as long as it is the right business for the season of life that you are in. That is the key here. Making sure that it's not a business that requires you to be there 7 days a week, because that's not sustainable, right? You cannot have a business that requires you to be there 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and live in a different place where that is. It's not sustainable. What you can do is find a business that is a little bit more hands-off, provides you a bit more flexibility, and to do that, you're going to have to spend some money. And that's been one of my bottlenecks through my whole life, is my inability to want to go into high debt and spend a lot of money. And what it has forced me to do, which is a bit of a finding I had yesterday, is play at a level that was constraining my outcome and my output. And so what had been happening is I was getting frustrated with my level of output, my level of success. And it was all due to the fact that I was playing in the wrong field. And my scarcity, my scared mind of not wanting to go into big debt. I don't want to have $3 million in debt or $5 million in debt, which is scary for a lot of people. And based on my history of some things not working out, I didn't want to be in that position again. And that was really holding me back, where what I should have been doing is going the complete opposite. I have the experience, I have the skill set, I have the ability, I'm not going to buy the wrong thing, I know what I'm looking for, and I should have been more confident in my ability to find the right business and get a business that may cost me $3, $4, $5 million, and that's going to be okay if the bottom line is $1.5, $2 million, because no matter what anyone says, more money and a higher income with higher cash flow will fix a lot of things in your life. We'll take stress off the family home. We'll be able to provide a better home for your family. We'll be able to provide more opportunities for you and your family. And as long as you have the right business, e.g. not tying yourself down 7 days a week, then that will drastically improve your life. And what I've always been so scared of having that big debt. And any business I've either had no debt or I've aggressively paid it down in the first 6 to 12 months. And what I've done is sacrifice life. I've sacrificed so much life and lifestyle to aggressively pay down debt, which really hasn't put me in a better position, because all I've done is played in that under 1 million space, which generates good income, not complaining, 2, 3, 4, 500K a year. But if you want to get to that 1.5 level, you're going to have to spend some money. So I just want to share that with you about what business you should be looking for in the season of life that you're in. So I really flipped my mindset now, inquiring about businesses around that $2 million mark, $2 to $3 million mark, with a $1 million bottom line, and just getting over that hump of having to borrow money. And a $2 million debt is not the end of the world. It's really, really not. And as long as it's manageable and the right business, recession-proof, fail-proof, once you've bought and sold as many businesses as I have, you know exactly what you should be looking for and what works and what doesn't. Buying a cafe with high rent in a small shopping center is not the answer. It's not going to make you and give you the life that you want. And again, based on the season you have and your ability to run the business and manage people, it will all depend on those circumstances as well. But I just want to share that with you. Make sure you are thinking big. Make sure you're not constraining yourself based on risk, which isn't really risk. It'd be risky if it was the wrong business, but not risky if it's the right business. So just a bit of a thought dump today and an update on where I'm at.